Hello guys, welcome to the another video. This time we are going to see the game between me. I was white, and my opponent was Pichak Yargus. I hope I'm pronouncing the right name. And he he was the tournament's top seed with a rating of 2537, and my rating was 2381, so around 150 point difference. I was white. I played with this guy previously in Graz Open 2025 February, so around 8 months before. And I lost that game from white side, so I was not really hoping much, and I was already like, okay, I'm mostly going to lose this game, although the attitude is not the perfect. But I was a bit afraid, and I won this game, and this is my highest rated victory ever. The previous victory was against 2499 guy, and this is the first time I defeated someone who is 2537 in my entire career, which is not so proud moment, because I'm playing since last 15-16 years, and I never defeated 2500 plus guy, but the time came this in this round. So let's deep dive into the game. My opponent is very strong player. When I played him against, like, when I played against him back in February, he was 2600 and above, 2610 or something. Right now when I played, he's 2537. Yeah, chess is difficult, but let's see the game. So it started with e4, c5, knight f3, e6, and I was not expecting this line, as he always last time also he played e6 against me, so I was not expecting. I thought he will play knight c6, or maybe Karo Khan, but okay, he played he played e6. And honestly, I didn't check any variations. I generally played d4 or something like b3, but this time I decided to play d3. And back in Abu Dhabi, Blitz tournament happened around 2 months before. I played I I played this d3 suddenly against Bharat Subramaniam and one more guy from America, and I won both the games in this d3 g3 setup. So I really thought it's interesting, and then I prepared when I came back to home. And this is very practical line where I can change the setup. So after d3, let's say, okay, he played b5, and this was the biggest surprise. I mean, b5 is very not accurate move according to principles, but let's say if black just sticks to the main line, something like knight f6 or g6, I can play c3 or g3. I mean, c3 g3 is different setup, then g3 knight c3 is different setup, g3 h4 is possibility, and I can also always play bishop e2 castle. And there is always d4 ideas which can happen in this type of structures. So he played b5. b5 was entirely unexpected. I stick to g3. Initially I thought d4, but then a6, and black is getting extra move. I'm not sure I can play c4 or something, c4 a4, but okay. g3, knight c6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castle, knight f6, and still position is looking okay. But here I decided to just open up. I'm trying to open up the center, because already I made short castle, my king is safe, and the another thing is my bishop is very strong on fianchetto diagonal. So e5, knight d5, and then I played c4. So c4 is I think the right decision, because here I was thinking about knight c3, but then knight into c3, bit takes c3, castle, and then d4. I thought something like this position also looks definitely interesting, but he can play d4, or maybe just bishop b7, and position is roughly equal, I believe. But I decided to play c4, because this is a typical plan in Alekhine defense, where you play e4, knight f6 first move, and then e5, knight d5. There are many lines with c4 setup. So I decided, so I thought, okay, it's definitely looks better than Alekhine, because my bishop is already on g2, it's on good square. So knight c7, I played knight c3, c into b5 doesn't make any sense because of knight b5, and you can play knight d4. So c4, knight c7, I played knight c3, rook b8, and here okay, I decided to bring my knight on in the king side and place it in the center, that both ideas. So knight e4, also he can't play something like d5 because I can take, and maybe here also I can take and play something like bishop f4. I have double bishop advantage. e5 is mistake because of knight e5. If you take knight e5, take and rook e1, this is losing. So knight e4, and here I was already feeling way too comfortable to play this position, and okay, I'm not sure why he went into such setups, but I think the one possibility is he simply missed e5 c4 idea, or maybe he just played some random moves. That's also a possibility. So I played b3 just to safeguard my pawn structure. Also I wanted to go bishop f4 or bishop g5, but then the problem is he can take and take rook into b2, so I didn't want that. So I played b3. Then he played f5. F5 is okay. Basically f5 is not so good move, but the problem is what he will do, right? He can't move d5 because of ed6. My next move is probably bishop f4 and then d4. There is also h4, knight g5, queen h5, a typical lot of threats. So b3, he played f5, I took, and then bishop h6. Now this position already looks very terrible for black, as I have direct attack, and again here I found very nice move d4 just to open up the center. You know, when your opponent's position is passive, you should start playing more actively, and this is how you can win the game, especially when you're playing against very high rated player. In this case I was playing against 150 points high rated. Then definitely you should try to open up the position, or you should try to create some tactical imbalances to win the game. Of course you can play very positionally and you can crush your opponent, but that's not my style of play. So I played d4, he took b takes c4, I took d takes c5, and now you can see clearly this rook, bishop, knight doing nothing. My knight is strong, all of my pieces are very well placed, and black literally have zero scope to do something. So he played bishop a6, I played b takes c4. Of course rook e1 is also playable, rook e1, knight d5, but I missed bishop f1, which engine showed when I analyzed it later. Now the threat is simply b takes c4 and I'm getting a pawn. So I took b takes c4, bishop takes c4, rook e1, bishop d5 played, and now he got bishop on a good square, so it's still very critical position for white. I played knight h4. I just wanted to bring all the pieces towards king side. Something like f5 is mistake because of knight d6. Knight into f7 is threat, so bishop into g2 doesn't work because knight f7, knight d8. So if he takes, I will take, and then if he moves the knight, then bishop into d5. This is already losing position for black. He played rook b4, which is actually a blunder, but I missed everything which computer suggested me in analysis. So queen g4 check is winning move, king h8, and now queen h5, brilliant move. Now rook is trapped, so rook g7, rook f8 doesn't work, queen g8, and I play knight d6. And the point is bishop into d6 is forced because rook is trapped. C takes d6. If bishop into g2, I can take d takes c7. If bishop moves, then queen into f7. This is just a brilliant way to win the game. C takes d6, knight d8, then I can take bishop into d5, d5, and then knight f5. So this is clearly losing, as I can play this anything. I mean bg7, rook e7, knight e7, rook e8. I can double rooks and position is easy to win. I played knight d6. He played knight b5. I took bishop into d5, and here I missed actually knight c3. I mean, of course, here I missed knight c3. So when he played knight b5, I didn't have any other option than bishop into d5. At I think this point or somewhere here he offered me a draw, but I thought okay, the position is definitely better for me because look at his knights, they are doing nothing. If I get knight f5 or if I get queen g4, if I get rook d and rook d5, all of either one of them succeeds, then I'm close to winning. So I played rook d1, he played knight e5, and here still knight f5 is winning, but you know, it's not so easy to figure out knight f5 move. I played knight f3 just to exchange the pieces, because if knight into f3, then queen into f3. And my final goal is somehow to get rook e2, rook e1 and queen into d5 and to do checkmate on e8, or maybe directly rook into d5 and sacrifice the exchange, and then we'll see what happens. But he played knight g4, I played bishop d2, queen b6, rook e2, and suddenly he played rook e4. I was into shock, because I thought, okay, I clearly missed this move, and I thought, okay, if I take, then I'm losing this game now. And here black is piece up. But luckily I got a rook e1 move. Instead of rook e1, rook c1 is actually winning, because if rook into a2, then what is happening? Rook c8 check, I think. Rook f8, then queen into g4. Yeah, this is bad for black. This is losing for black. But of course I missed rook c1, and rook c1 is not so easy to figure out. Who will just, I mean, the rook is just hanging, right? So it's I completely missed it. So maybe not so difficult, but I missed it. So I played rook d e1. This is also absolutely fine move. He played rook c4 and then h3. Moving knight is forced, and then take bishop h6. Now the threat is queen g5 check, and there are a lot of mating nets here and there. I took the pawn for free, and this was 30-second move. I had, I think, enough time, around 10 minutes, and the position is completely risk-free, right? So rook c5 played queen a1, again a very good move. Now the threat is rook b1. He played rook h5, which is not, but what he will do, that's another problem. So rook h5 is okay, fine. I played rook b1, now queen is hanging. If queen moves something like here, I can give this check, and that's made because knight is also pinned. So queen into d6, and here I found a nice move, rook d2. Queen e5, queen into e5, rook into e5. Queen e5 is, by the way, forced, because if queen c7, then rook b8 or something. And if queen c7, queen e7, then rook b8. And if queen c7, you can pause the video and try to find. But rook into d7 just wins, because if rook into d7, then queen into f6. And if queen into d7, I can play rook b8 check, and that's a mate. Yeah, so queen e5 is forced. I took rook b8, knight g8, rook c2, and the threat is rook c8 and rook into g8, rook f6, bishop e3, bishop d4 is my idea. He played king g7, I played rook d2, he played d5, and we both got extra 30 minutes because 40 moves completed. So I was a bit relaxed, but I thought here I messed up something, because in chess many times you just miss some moves, but in your mind you already saw that. Yeah, so I don't know if you understand this or no, but yeah, that's something happened here. I saw everything, but I thought I missed many moves. So d5, and here if bishop d4, then the problem is rook e1 check, king g2 e5. This must be winning for white, but I didn't see any particular combination. You don't have computer access while you are playing, so when you check with engine after coming back to hotel room, it's always easy. Oh, how I missed this type of easy moves. But when you are playing, it's always difficult. But I saw a very nice idea, king g2, and now the threat is bishop d4, and the point is 3 pieces are in on this diagonal, g7, f6 and e5. So he can't, if he even moves one of the piece, I will play bishop d4 and it's trapped. So it's kind of forced to play rook e4, because now bishop d4, then e5. I can simply take the pawn and the position is still winning, but I just wanted to simplify the position and I played rook d4, because rook e5 again doesn't work. I can give rook g4 check and bishop d4, which was not the case previously. Now black is forced to move the king and I will get exchange. So rook d4 is really nice move, because rook into d4, bishop into d4, and I will get exchange. So he played rook f5. I took rook into e4. Here also g4 is the best move, but okay. Rook e4, d4, and then I played g4. Rook d5, and I first decided to play h4. Now h5 and g5 is very bad for black. So he played h5. I took g takes h5, rook takes h5. Although this is not a very accurate plan according to computer, but this worked. And now bishop g5. And this is a typical theme, you know, when knight is on the last file, you can just keep the bishop on fifth file and the knight is trapped. So let's say in this position, knight don't have any square. If knight is on e8, you can just keep knight bishop on e5, knight can't go anywhere, right? So same like this, knight can't go to f6, e5, e7 or h6 because I will take. So something like rook h7 is just mistake because I can just play king g3. He can't move the knight because I will take, and pawn endgame is just winning. So rook is trapped. Even if he moves the king, I will grab 1, 2, 3 all the pawns. So he played knight h6 just to activate the bishop, just to activate the knight. I played rook e7, knight f7, rook into e6, king h7, rook e7. Again, king g6 is forced. Here I took. And the thing is, after knight into here, he is already 2 pawn down. Maybe he can play rook h8 and continue the game. But I think rook e6 is coming. So not sure. Rook e6, king h5, and maybe this is still little bit tricky. But I'm 3 pawn up, so should be winning. But he took knight into g5, which just simplified with rook g4. Very nice intermediate move. The next plan is rook into g5, and I'm just 2 pawn up. So king f6, I took h takes g5. 2 connected passed pawn, 2 extra pawns, what you need, right? So this is winning. So I didn't face many issues in conversion because the only goal is to play f4 g5 and rook h6 check, and if I get that position, then it's winning. Even if it takes a2 pawn, that doesn't matter because I can just now push f5, f6, g6, and this is theoretically completely winning position. And he resigned on move number 60. And yeah, this was probably one of the best games I played in the recent times, or in my overall chess journey. It's definitely one of the best games. And it definitely boosted my confidence that I can I can defeat or I can win against 2500 plus grandmaster. So in general, yeah, this game boosted my confidence, and this was round 2. So we have 7 rounds left to analyze, and hopefully you will get new videos on each day, or maybe on alternate days. I'm not sure how I schedule it, but yeah, thank you for watching, guys. And if you like this video, then you can just subscribe or share this video with your friends.